And I have with me today Vice Mayor Pro Tem, Cashtag Tatum, Councilmember Robert Gallegos, and Councilmember Edward Pollard, along with Chief Pena, Dr. Persse, and Marsha Murray, the Director of OBO. Beginning today on Wednesday, the City of Houston, with its partners, is launching two important programs to help people facing economic challenges as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. And in a few minutes, I will discuss how you can access and apply for the Houston Second Rental Relief Program and the Small Business Economic Relief Program. But we began today with the latest on COVID-19, and a reminder that there is still a great deal of virus in our community. It is still important for people to get tested, and I repeat, it is still important for people to get tested, and I want you to get tested. And we have really ramped up, along with the state testing sites, Dr. Persse, all over the city. So quite frankly, there's no excuse not to get tested. And if you don't like the nasal swabs, you can certainly go to Minute Maid Stadium parking lot right now, every single day, and get the saliva test. It's very quick, and it doesn't take much time. But there's no reason not to get tested, so please do that. Another reminder, please mask up. Please do that. And the police will be giving out warnings briefly. And then if you still are not wearing masks in the city of Houston, you are subject to a $250 fine. Don't want you to have to come out of your pocket for $250, but the health is the number one priority. And so we are please asking people to mask up. Still noticing people gathering about, for going to functions and you name it, still without their mask. So please, again, I'm encouraging you to put them on your mask, engage in social distancing, and exercise proper hygiene. Do this to protect your family members as well as your loved ones. Today, the Houston Health Department is reporting 354 new cases of COVID-19, 354, bringing the total case count for the city of Houston to 58,172. And the total number of deaths increased to 649, and you see them on the screen. We're also joined by Councilmember Carlos Cisneros. Thank you, Councilmember, for being here. So again, 354 new cases, and then the total death count is increasing by 10 to 649. And the Hispanic community, again, is overly represented in those numbers. As it should help you better understand that COVID-19 does affect people of different ages throughout our community. And I want to remind everyone that the virus has not gone away. And then as you can see on this sheet, it's the number of positive cases and death cases that have increased that are in the month of August. 189 deaths in the month of August, yes. And then in the month of July, the total number was 226. So that's where we are in the month of August. This Saturday, there will be a food and mass distribution to address health disparities in Houston's A-Leaf area. Again, that's this coming Saturday. The distribution will take place on Saturday, August the 22nd, from 9 to 11 a.m. at Notre Dame Catholic Church, 7720 Boone Road. Again, that's this coming Saturday. That's a food and mass distribution from 9 to 11 at Notre Dame Catholic Church. This event is sponsored by the Mayor's Health Equity Response Task Force with leadership from the Medical Care Subcommittee chaired by Kathy Flanagan, Dr. Kathy Flanagan, and the Faith Community Leaders Subcommittee chaired by the Reverend D. Isha Hilliard and Pastor Steve Wells. Having said that, let me pause. We'll take some questions after Dr. Persse and Chief Pena provide their report. Dr. Persse.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have much to report today, but I would like to reiterate the opportunity that we have testing capacity, quite a bit of testing capacity available at our sites. We have 5 of what we're calling our mega test sites, and these are free sites, which are on the screen now. And at the Del Mar Stadium site, if you would call 832-393-4220 for an appointment. At the other sites, you can show up or you can pre-register, and at Butler, you don't even have to pre-register, you can just show up there. At both Del Mar and Butler, there's up to 650 tests per day, and unfortunately, we're only doing around 250, so there's lots of capacity. At the Darrell Tully Stadium, again, lots of capacity. Kingwood Park Community Center and Minute Maid Park all have lots and lots of capacity, and I will tell you that I've actually signed up later this week to get tested at Minute Maid, so I went online and did it. It's very easy to do. It only takes a couple of minutes, and there was, at least as of this morning, there were lots and lots of appointments available, so there should be no trouble getting somebody lined up to go ahead and get a test and get in and get out very quickly. So you could do it on your lunch hour, for example.
Thank you, Dr. Persse. Chief Pena.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to first start off with a status on our firefighter in the hospital. We still have one firefighter that's in ICU. I asked that we continue to keep him and his family in our prayers, and we hope for a full recovery. I'm going to start with the occupancy task force numbers. This over the last 24 hours, we responded to 44 complaints for occupancies in the businesses within the city of Houston. All complaints, well, the majority of them, 42 of them, were resolved on the spot without incident. We did refer 2 businesses to TABC over the last 24 hours. But again, the majority of those have been resolved with no issues. And again, we thank the business community for their assistance in that. In regards to quarantine personnel, we have 96 today, 96 firefighters that are in quarantine. We have 34 that are still positive for coronavirus. In the totality, we've had 240 firefighters that have tested positive, and 206 of those have returned to work. Operationally, we continue to do everything we can to ensure force protection for our firefighters. We continue with supplying them the PPE, ensuring that they are properly protected, ensuring that they're properly supported with the proper protocols. The disinfecting in the stations is continuous. We have a hazmat team that is put together, a decon team. They've been in place since about April, and what they do is they deep clean with a electrostatic cleaning solution every station once a week at least. So they're doing about 15 to 16 fire stations per week. They're also doing an ad hoc disinfecting. So when we have a positive firefighter or a positive incident at a fire station, they immediately deploy to that station to do a deep cleaning, in addition to the daily cleaning that is required by the firefighter. So I want to thank the council. I certainly want to thank Mayor Turner for providing the equipment and sparing no expense to ensure that we have the proper equipment and the proper support for the safety of our firefighters. Thank you.